Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Fantasy Monkeys podcast here on the Monkey Caviar Podcast Network. I am Tiny, your host. With me, as always, my panel of geniuses, and I use that term loosely. I'm going to go from the bottom of my screen. Chris is with us. He's rocking the blue hat and the visor. How you doing tonight, Chris?
Hey, what's up, man?
I'm well. Thank you for asking. Oh, you didn't ask. Thanks for doing that. All right, Shropshire, you're up next. Say hello to the people in real time.
Yes, I'm so excited. How are you guys doing tonight?
Look at that lack of delay, folks. Incredible. If he starts to move, we might actually know he's alive. And last but not least, rocking the Hawaiian shirt and the Hall of Fame jacket. He made a better speech than Brett Favre. He played a better game than the Packers and the Colts. Sean Houlihan. How are you tonight, Sean?
Doing much better than the Colts and the Packers.
Why? Because they didn't get to play and you think you get to?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking,
watch
what
this.
was
You
it,
can
pain?
turn your camera off and you will be with them, not playing. So that would be the big story of this weekend. We didn't get the Hall of Fame game because the writing on the field was too slick and they were afraid players would get hurt. I don't know why they stopped. They should have let the Packers play at least. I mean,
Practice
One
squad
job.
versus practice squad? Oh.
they
One
could have had
job.
Aaron Rodgers run some wind sprints if something happened to him. Well, that's preseason football. And I wouldn't be sad. Oh, wait. I'm a Viking fan. I forgot.
That's the Jordy effect. They're worried about him going out again.
Yeah, but I wanted Rodgers to go down.
Well, he's probably going down on his,
Oh,
He probably just got a hot
We can't be saying things like that because we'll come off as, misogynistic, racist pigs, and that's Shropshire's job. All right, tonight we're going to kick down these wide receiver rankings, and we spent the last two episodes trying to prove that we know what we're talking about, and that just made for really friggin' lousy podcasting. So tonight we're going to prove what we don't know, and we're not going to throw out a bunch of useless stats because you guys know all these stats. You guys do your homework. You're not stupid. You're watching this to hear us be morons, and that's what we got Sean for.
Taco!
Ratings, baby. Ratings.
Ratings.
Taco!
This guy right here, without him, you'd be the Bachelorette.
I did it for the noogie.
Oh.
You do it for the noogie. I do it for the fame and the money. But we have none of that, so let's get started. Tier number 1, because we're going to do tiers this week, is not that.
Yeah, we're the
Whoops.
Fantasy Monkey Podcast.
Yeah, look at this.
What
Watch
at
this.
you, bitches?
You can pause that at any time and get all the needs right there. Here we go, tier 1.
Yay!
Hey, look at us. We almost look like we knew what we're doing.
Not at
Now,
all.
we were going to talk, like the last couple of podcasts we've done, a show on every single player, and we sat and we talked about them for hours, and my camera's not going to come up. That's great. But,
It's all right.
so yeah, we talked about them for hours, and it just turns out that it was just a waste of time, and my camera's not going to come back. So the top 3 guys on the board in Tier 1 are Antonio Brown, Julio Jones,
Julio!
Odell Beckham Jr., that dirty scumbag giant. So why don't you tell me why I should take Antonio Brown with the first overall pick? Go ahead, Shropshire. Tell me why.
Yeah, because he's the best player in football right now. I mean, you'd have to be absolutely brain damaged not to take Antonio Brown first overall, whether it be standard or PPR. I mean, he proved last year that he's an elite player in an elite position. He's the best on the field right now. You can't go wrong by taking him first.
You're the best around.
Nothing's gonna happen.
Go ahead, Sean, man. Finish that up.
I'm okay.
Sing
I
it.
had a moment.
We're having a Karate Kid moment. I got the first pick in the draft, and I'm not even going to fool around. I'm telling you now, and I've told everybody since the middle of summer that I was going to take Antonio. That's not going to change. Hey, I'm back. That's not going to change. And I'm gone.
No, you're there. You're there.
You're
Stop.
back.
sorry. So yeah, Antonio's he's head and shoulders above the rest He's the greatest receiver of our day, and I'm going to be lucky to have him as a member of the Stone Yoda 4-time championship contender.
Somebody text
Soon to
Reggie
be
and tell him.
five.
Somebody text Reggie and tell him about this podcast.
Why? If we tell Reggie about the podcast, he might actually draft a team. Whereas
point.
now,
Somebody get a magazine from 1970.
I don't want to spoil anybody's picks, but there's going to be 2 picks in the first 4 that don't make a lot of sense. But
That's
Can't-
true.
that's our league, and we love it. Chris, give us a reason why. Who would you take over Julio or Odell? Who would you take in given the choice? Because Antonio won't be there.
I'd take Julio. He's been a beast for the past 3-4 years. He put up 1,800 yards, and he is Julio. I love this guy. I've had him 2 years out of 3, and he just puts up points.
I had him the other year.
Yeah, you did. The guy puts up points, and honestly, he's gonna do 2,000 years this year. You watch. Mark my words. 2,000 years. 2,000 yards.
2,000 years.
2,000
in this
yards.
single year.
Yeah,
Because this
2,000
guy
yards.
can travel through fucking time.
He doesn't get no
2,000
Nimbus
yards.
2000. Don't give
2,000 yards. He will put up 2,000
All right, we're going
yards.
to hold you to that.
All right.
And somebody write that shit down because there ain't no way this guy's getting 2,000 yards. That's not happening.
They're going to be throwing
That's
the
crazy
all
talk.
day long.
That's crazy talk. Can I ask you, how much crack have you had today?
Only 2 pieces.
All right, well, I'm
Did you
glad to
chew
see you
on
cutting
them
down on the
thoroughly?
crack. But seriously, there's no way Julio, anybody's going to get 2,000 yards. It's Antonio.
Nah.
It's AD.
Sean, make the case for Odell Beckham over Julio.
The guy doesn't even need 2 hands to play wide receiver. Like, seriously, he just needs 1. And then if he doesn't get ejected for a helmet-to-helmet, then guess what? He's going to still beat any cornerback out there and still get his touchdown. He's going to get a minimum of 50 yards per game like he averaged last year. Minimum, that's 5 points, even if he doesn't even touch the end zone. But he touched the end zone 11 times last year. So you're gonna get it where you need it. They're not gonna run the ball. They don't have a running game. They're gonna throw it. They don't have Salsarita over there, so it's gonna go to Odell. They can have 1, 2, 7 people on him. He's gonna catch the ball and he's gonna score.
Salsa's still there, baby.
Yeah, but
he's there, but he's
third,
not practicing.
he's third on the depth chart.
Yeah. He's behind Sterling. What's his name?
Shepard.
Shepard.
And-
Yeah, there you
and-
go. So
and
we know
he's
who
got-
his draft pick is. I see. So Shropshire, tell us about Sterling Shepard. What do you like about him, huh?
Oh, so much. So much.
Dirty fucking developmental players, fucking scumbag.
Fucking A.
You can draft him as your D player if you want, and I'm sure he'll have one game where he scores at least 20 points. Because the Giants are going to be, let's face it, horrible. They don't run the ball, and Eli the mouth-breathing dummy is going to chuck the ball all over the yard like he does every season. He's got a legitimate completion percentage, so there's no reason not to like Odell Beckham. There's a lot less reason to like Victor Cruz, and most of that has to do with the dancing. I don't like guys that dance. I mean, I understand Antonio, he likes to crack his nuts on the goalpost, but at least it's not a dance. Not cracker over dance.
Either way, you can't go wrong with any of these guys. I mean, that's tier 1. These guys are the elites.
Right.
You can't go wrong.
If you're getting a guy in tier 1, you can be, you're not going to bench him. You're going to leave him in no matter who the corner is that's on him. And that can't be said for every tier. Because there are certainly guys in tier 3 that you have to worry about matchups. But these 3 guys are invincible to the matchups. I think you can put them in the bank every lineup, or put them in the lineup every week and take it to the bank. That's what I meant to say.
There's no that they get lost on.
There's no what now?
There's no island. Like Revis Island was a big deal a couple years ago. That's gone. They have their own way off that.
Oh, there's still islands out there, but these guys are above the island. They can match up against any corner in the league. Peterson, Revis, it doesn't matter who you put on them. Keep to leave, they're still going to get their catches.
They are the survivors.
They are the tops. They're the pinnacle, and that's why you go after them. So I'll be lucky to have one on my squad. I can't say that everybody else on this podcast is going to be that lucky. Matter of fact, maybe only one of you, but I doubt any of you. So I'm going to enjoy my time with Antonio.
Enjoy.
Tier number 2 comes at us with, I put 4 players in it, and I think that's about correct. A.J. Green, Andre Hopkins, Des Bryant, and we're going to go with Sir Jordy Nelson.
Ugh.
I'm knighting him. And I think I'm okay with that.
Ugh.
And
Dirty Packer scum.
obviously, out of this foursome, A.J. Green and DeAndre are a little bit above Dez and Jordy, but I don't think that separation is a huge gap. Shropshire, you're going to land one of these guys. Why don't you tell me why you're going to draft DeAndre Hopkins?
Well, thanks for calling me out, Tiny. DeAndre Hopkins. I like DeAndre Hopkins a lot. He produces, even with mediocre quarterback play. I believe that he is the closest to being that first-tier wideout if he had decent quarterback play. And they paid enough money for Osweiler. Let's see what happens.
So, money makes him a good quarterback.
Well, I think they see something that maybe we don't.
Yeah, they saw backup Peyton Manning.
Can't be any worse than Schaub.
Oh, ouch. Yeah. Taking a stab at the Schaub. Who wants A.J. Green?
I'll take him.
Everybody.
All right, Chris, tell me why you're going to draft A.J.
130 targets up for grabs. That's why I'm taking
That's
AJ.
a lot of targets, man.
That's a lot of damn targets and nobody to throw to. Brandon LaFell's number 2 on the depth chart. He sucks.
No more Sanu AJ.
Sanu AJ is gone and LaFell will fall. It's horrible. So
I liked LaFell when he was. Oh no, I didn't. Never.
No.
He
Even Tom Brady couldn't throw to the guy. He couldn't catch a fucking ball if it was handed to him. It's horrible.
Plus, you got Red Dalton, and how can you go wrong with the Daltonator?
Hey, the Red Rocket's always throwing the ball. So, I mean, he's a stud. I think he will crawl into that top 3 this year. I think somebody's going to slip, and AJ's going to be the guy that fills that gap. He's gonna get targets after target after target. It's volume.
All right. At this point, I've decided that Andy Dalton's new name is Thelma from Scooby-Doo, because she's a redhead just like him. And he's going to look to A.J. Green. He's going to be the Shaggy in this scenario. Because if anybody thinks that Shelmet and Shaggy didn't get together a lot, there was a lot of that going on. Because there was a lot of Reaper and Scooby snacks and shit.
He's going to find her glasses.
A.J. Green getting the ball from Thelma is a good thing. And all we need is a Louise on the other side. And, A.J. might have a good season. But I think A.J.'s going to draw a lot of double coverage because of that lack of Sanu A.J. over there.
Yeah, I disagree. I think he's going to still get the targets. Dalton's going to throw to him, and he's going to go up, and he's a playmaker, just like those top 3 tier. I mean, he is that strong.
Sean, Tyler Eifert helps A.J. Green or hurts A.J. Green?
Oh, by far helps him. The only thing that it would hurt him in is that cover 2. It's going to bring the linebackers to play on Eifert because they don't bring in – a lot of teams never really play the nickel Eifert in the past weeks, but I think it's going to help him tremendously because it's going to be another target that they're going to have to look at who's going to produce. He's not going to be a top 5 tight end this season, but he's going to be good. Where'd Mike go?
Lost Rob.
Again?
Yeah, he bailed out. You better come back this time, fucker.
Out? What the fuck is that with that kid?
I think he only wants to be on the podcast for 5 minutes.
For 5 minutes.
Well, I got to go to bed. It's after 11.
It's bedtime.
He only produces in the first half.
15 minutes. I got to go.
Talk about the first quarter.
All right, well, I'll talk about Dez because I don't have any shot at getting him on my team based on his ADP. It looks like he's going to end up on the end of round 1 or the front side of round 2, which kind of puts him away from me. So here's the thing. But Dez, he's solid. It's Romo reliant. That's the problem. If Romo goes down, Dez is fucked. Yeah. And we've seen it. It happened last year. I drafted Dez last year. I thought I was going to have it locked up, and he was it was a bad deal. Yep. So if you can handle the fact that Romo is going to get hurt And at some point, you're gonna, have a shitty Dez for 4 weeks. Go ahead and draft him. But I'm gonna enjoy the fact that I'm in the first position this time and not have to deal with that. Yeah, anybody got anything else on Dez, their buddy?
If they sign a quality backup quarterback to Tony Romo like a Nick Foles, Dez's stock goes up exponentially because of that backup. In case Romo or when Romo goes down, so it's gonna depend. They say they're gonna wait. Jesus Christ!
I don't know what's going on, man. It's a friggin' calamity in here.
It's you and me again.
All right,
so anyway, on to the next ones.
Right, let's talk Jordy for a second, because there's been a lot of buzz, especially in this league, about Jordy.
Damn it, Chuck.
Oh my God! Hold on, let me turn this fucking off. John, what do you got going on, buddy?
You're killing us, bro.
This is great stuff. Riveting television.
You are the weakest link.
He is completely the weakest link. All right, I got him shut off for a minute.
All right.
Madhouse.
This is crazy.
Shop kept texting everybody. And vibrating my phone.
He didn't text me.
He didn't text me.
He just texting you.
It's just you, Sean.
Ooh. Somebody's in the inner circle.
Collusion Central.
I wish.
All right, so Jordy's getting a lot of play in our league, and or at least a lot of talk. And I like to talk because it puts certain individuals in our league who are out of our circle of trust into a position where they may have to reach really, really high to get him because they love him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any players that I truly love except for Antonio. Luckily, I'm going to get him. What do you think Liam's chances of getting Jordy are? Sean.
I think they could be high with that trade that he made, trading down and then getting those wraparounds. I think it might be actually very high for him. If he was sitting where he would normally sit, I don't think he would, because I think the female wouldn't be able to grab him. But I think where he's sitting right now is actually rather high for him to be able to grab him.
The bullshit has been called.
Oh my God, it's because I'm not in the inner fucking circle like everybody else.
No, it's because I'm going to take his ass before he can get him.
No, Sean, you are in the inner circle. That's why you're here.
Yeah.
No, I'm here so you guys can be like, well, how's Sean going to fuck up this year and he gets the ratings?
Well, all right.
I know why I'm here.
If we wanted that, we'd have got Reggie. But his magazine doesn't have internet connection. Sorry, Reg.
Oh, shit.
What can I
Somebody
say?
get him a magazine for most
Somebody
of it.
shows up to a draft every year with a magazine, and that's just the way it is.
That's how the draft goes.
Hey.
All right, well, that covers Tier 2. Let's head to Tier 3. We got 5 guys in Tier 3. These are guys you're going to look at end of the first round or end of the second round, maybe the third and the fourth. Alshon Jeffrey from Sean's beloved Chicago Bears. Allen Robinson, who Sean has in his top 5. Brandon Marshall, whose stock has risen like a phoenix since the signing of Ryan Fitzpatrick. Mike Evans, who stands to be the number 1 guy to what I think will be the surprise quarterback of the year, Jameis Winston. And then you have the lowly piece of shit, Keenan Allen. Now, I call Keenan Allen a lowly piece of shit because, well, Keenan Allen is a lowly piece of shit. He will drop more balls than he will catch. He will fumble. Was that Schrupp?
Yeah, his power just cut off.
His power's out. Perfect. All right,
Didn't
so
he
he's
get a
out.
new fucking computer?
Yeah, but his power's off, man. He lost power.
Oh, internet. That's right.
So, Schrupp, if you're watching this on the replay, pay your fucking power bill, you lowlife.
He said it was a power surge. He'll be back on in a sec.
Yeah, power surge. His team never had one.
He just wanted to know what the first 3 picks of the draft would be. That's all.
I'll tell you right now. Alshon, or Antonio Brown, Todd Gurley, And pick number 3.
That fucking quarterback.
Scam the scam.
Pick number 3 is going
All right, let's
to be...
get back on track, for God's sakes.
All right. So, Sean, your Bears have had a few defections on the offense, including Mr. Forte, Mr. Marshall, leaving you with an unproven rookie who you just happen to have as your developmental player, and Alshon Jeffrey as the only other receiving option. So, would you draft Alshon?
You know, with everything that we've talked about the past couple of weeks, with not having a top 20 running back, you have Jeremy Langford as he's a top 30 running back. He's not provided in the top 20 right now. The only other option besides Kevin White that he's going to throw to is Zach Johnson, who is a provided tight end. He started performing well at the end of the season. The only game that he didn't perform well in the last couple of games is the last game of the season against Detroit. But other than that, he performed very well. Alshon, I don't know if he's even going to be a top. He's going to be a top 10, not really in the top. He's going to be like low. He might get 10 touchdowns for you. If that's on the lucky side, but he's not going to be a standout star this year.
Chris, how many games do the Bears win this year?
4.
I was going to say 5. I was going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Sean's got a 3 up.
Hey, it's the cutlet. They're gonna lose. They're gonna lose a lot.
All right, so maybe the Bears have a tank season, and maybe that's a good thing at this point because you can get yourself a high quarterback in the draft.
Yep.
Or you can replace your Matt Forte, or you can get another standout wideout, or you can concentrate on what is basically a sieve of a defense. There's a lot of problems in Chicago.
Yeah, they got problems all the way around. It's a bad scene. It's a bad scene.
I feel for you.
When you can sit there and look at the team and go, where's their strong suit? And you just question it, don't you think it's time? Maybe let's just start rebuilding and trading some of this crap away. Like Cutler, shit. Like, okay, we have 2 great receivers. One hasn't proved himself. One has. Okay, that's okay. They have nothing. Their defensive side's weak. They were in the 30% of defense. They suck. Like, they have nothing, and they're not building anywhere. They're just – no, Robbie Gold sucked. He lost 2 games for him last year.
Yeah, he's horrible. He sucks, too.
He's old. He's done. Our punter even's garbage. Like, there's nothing on that team that you're like, yes, I'm going to go buy his jersey tomorrow.
Your coach is John Fox.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, and everywhere he went, he had something.
Part of the problem.
No, that's a good chunk of the problem. That guy, he's not a very good offensive mind.
Jay Cutler has a hot wife. That's the only high point on that team.
So we're saying the best player on the Bears is Kristen Cavallari.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Cutlet breast milk will get the job done every day.
Horrible.
I'm glad that Sean wasn't the one that dropped out because now we get to ask the real question that we've all been wanting to know since the rankings came out. Sean, what the fuck are you thinking, Allen Robinson?
Allen Robinson is the only he's a receiver. He was the only man like in there, and then Allen Hurns started getting the catches, and then Julius Thomas came back healthy, and he just kept rising with stats and continued to go through it. Like, he's an amazing wide receiver. He's going to do what he did last year. He's going to do it again here. He just continued to rise. He's not going to – there's no reason that he should downfall because all the players are coming back. Homer, what the fuck? Didn't you
have Allen Robinson last year?
Yeah, he's the only reason I'm not sitting with the Sacco this year.
I see. So this is more of a Homer pick.
Thank you.
The guy that carried you out of the Sacco is your main and we know target because, let's face it, where you're sitting in the draft, he's right there.
He's sitting right there.
Pretty little hands.
With a little bow on him.
Adrian Peterson and Allen Robinson. Oh, that's lovely. That's nice.
It's awesome.
It's awesome. I think there are other players that would be higher in my rankings than Allen Robinson.
Yeah.
And including, but you put him under, or you put him over Jordy. You put him over Dez.
I put him over fucking DeAndre Hopkins.
You put him over DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
So I hope that works out for you, buddy. I really do.
DeAndre Hopkins can't catch on grass. 70 of his 110 catches were on turf. He's an inside guy. He doesn't catch well outside.
All right.
That's where DeAndre makes most of his plays. So that's why and he doesn't have a stellar quarterback. He never has. He never will. He's just going to be a guy who gets thrown up to, and he's going to go after it. I'm not a big DeAndre Hopkins fan.
Even not having a stellar quarterback, he caught 4 100-yard games from 4 different quarterbacks last year. The dude can play with anybody. Tiny could throw to him.
Well,
and
yeah,
catch
he
the
went to
fucking ball.
Clemson. You're right. He went to Clemson. He can't play with anybody. So.
I mean, he's just a playmaker. So.
I like Allen Robinson. I had Blake Bortles last year, and without Robinson, Bortles wouldn't have been shit. So I really appreciated him getting me what he got me last year. But I think there are guys that you ranked him above that just that's crazy talk. And
you got Alan Hearn sucking off the tit. I mean, who knows what's going to happen?
I only think one of them will do really well, whether it be Robinson or Hearns. But
the worst part is they're both 6'3".
Yeah, and they're like a toss-up for me. I mean, yeah, it's going to be the hot hand at the moment. And I think for all the good games Allen Robinson will give you, he's also going to give you like 3 really shitty turkeys.
Well, you also have to consider that, 6 out of 10 of his red zone touchdown. He had 6 out of 10 red zone touchdowns. Those are going to get filtered off to, say, Ivory. So he's going to lose those opportunities. So he's not going to have 14 touchdowns this year. Maybe 9, maybe 10. Maybe 9, maybe 10, which is still a great year. And he's going to be a great receiver. I just don't see him as a top 5. Just don't see it.
If Jacksonville continues to have running problems and they're behind in games and throwing the ball all over the field in the fourth quarter like they were last year, then Robinson has a shot at making the top 5. I have no doubt about that. But to put him in there without knowing, I can't do that. I can't do that because those first 5 guys, they're going to come through year after year no matter what. And this guy's been a one-year wonder to me. So give me 2 years, and then I'll start talking top 5 on him.
Sure, I agree.
Another guy with a chance top 5 because he bet his Porsche on it would be Brandon Marshall. Put his Porsche up against Antonio Brown's yardage, and that's a bold fucking gamble. Damn, I don't like it. Fitzpatrick is not Ben Roethlisberger, and Brandon Marshall is not Antonio Brown. So I think Brandon Marshall is going to lose Porsche.
He probably will. He probably will, no doubt. But at least, I mean, first of all, Brandon Marshall, he's a dick. He's a dumbass too for making a bet like that. I mean, he's slapping it up with Revis, getting in fights. But he shouldn't get vultured too much by Decker. But it
the
depends
other white
on
meat.
The other white meat, yeah. So it's hard to say with him, man. He has these ups and downs, and he's too inconsistent. Go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, with 3 people in here, Sean's got his hand up. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Is this considered like a Pete Rose scandal where he's going to be betting and so on and so forth?
All right, that's a good question. Should Brandon Marshall be banned from the
betting.
NFL for life for gambling? Ooh, that's good.
Roger Goodell is looking.
I'm just curious.
like
I'm
it.
just curious.
Yeah, that is a good point.
I think we should bring it up, and somebody should go down for the crime.
I'm just saying. Who is it going to be? Who wins or who loses, or Brandon Marshall because he made the bet and he's in New York? I don't know. Or whoever's on my fantasy team and doing better. Like that's what Goodell's going to.
They brought back
fucking,
DraftKings to New York, so we're good. You're okay. I think it's all right because they brought DraftKings and all that back to New York this week.
Yeah. So, all right. So Mike Evans and Keenan Allen are going to round out tier 3. Keenan Allen has got Brian Pans for hands. I had so much love for that guy last year, and
I found Keenan Allen.
My receivers going into last year were Dez and Keenan Allen, and that's a pretty shitty year of wide receiver, buddy.
Dude needs a kidney car.
So let's go with Chris. Do you think Mike Evans will finish with a better season than Keenan Allen?
No.
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 Ooh, you like Keenan Allen more than Mike Evans?
Draft a kicker before you draft Mike Evans.
Wow.
Second round at that.
All
A
right,
second round kicker, and I got to trade
Yeah.
up to do it.
No, look, I mean,
If Liam's got balls, he'll do
Mike Evans is going to be the number one receiver. Vincent's going to retire soon, so it's going to fall all to him. And Vincent's getting old, so he's going to get the lion's share of all the balls. Of course, it's from Captain Crablegs, so you got to temper your expectations there. I don't think Mike Evans is in the top 15 this year.
Jameis Winston top 5, baby.
All right.
I'm telling you.
I'll buy you Ariel's vagina.
Oh, God. Why would
dinner.
I fucking want that?
Exactly. Yeah,
Bet me your Porsche.
Captain. Yeah, if I had one, Captain Crablegs isn't going to have a good year, and neither will Mike Evans.
Sean, what do you got going on over there, buddy?
I'm doing all right. I'm just thinking. Just like, if you're going to have a top 5 quarterback, you got to have a top
He's
15.
not going to be a top 5 quarterback.
Sure he is.
I'm just going off of what Tiny says, all right? I'm just helping him out.
Listen to the champ.
You guys shoot fires at me. There's no laughing.
Sean, who would you take, Keenan Allen or Mike Evans?
God, can I have a tight end?
Sure, you can take Gronk.
Gronk, yeah. He'll be available in the
I
second
don't even know.
round.
I'll be okay with Eifert at this point, all right? I'll be okay with Eifert at this point.
I mean, Chris and I have been talking, very seriously about just getting rid of the whole kickers and tight end show because it's basically us talking about Gronk for 5 minutes and Gostkowski for 5 minutes and then going, after that, shoot yourself in the fucking foot and hope it works out.
It's pointless.
Throw the grenade in the air.
So maybe we'll make Shropshire carry that episode. It'll only be 5 minutes long before he drops out.
Because that's about as long as he'll last.
He's got the right now. He's got the lowest time spent on the podcast of the four of us.
And he's got a laptop.
3 episodes, 2 drops.
That includes the player cards.
Right? Just drop it out all over. This guy is not making it. I don't know what's going on. Hey, I got to tell you, this is going much faster than the player-by-player thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
100 times faster.
I'm on my way. Oh, there's Schrupp. He's back.
He's back, ladies and gentlemen. Back from the dead like a phoenix rising from the ashes. What happened to your power? Pay the fucking bill.
While you were away, bitch?
Yeah, it was a little power outage at the prison block. I apologize, guys.
This is what happens when you have to be the girlfriend to your cellmate.
I didn't know
Bubba needed
Plexico
some
Burris
loving.
was there.
Is that what you call her? You call her Bubba?
No.
We know she's the man.
When she inserts him, yeah.
All right, well, Shropshire, you're back, so let me ask you the question that Sean so reasonably took on. Who would you draft first, Mike Evans or Keenan Allen?
Mike Evans.
Oh, there you go. Why is that?
Whoa!
You can see by the reactions, this is not how this conversation went.
I like
Keenan Allen.
I like what his production was last year, and everyone kept touting about how excuse me. Everyone kept touting about how Jameis is going to be better. If he's going to be better, his receiving core is going to be better.
And by everybody, you mean me.
No, I personally think that, I have him ranked at 11. Over 14 games, he had 1,200 yards. That's not anything to sneeze about. I would take Mike Evans hands down over Keenan Allen.
Because Keenan Allen has frying pans for hands and is an asshole.
Yes, 100%.
I'm glad you agree.
I'm glad I'm back.
And if Keenan Allen's listening to it, yeah, I said it. What can you do about it?
You can catch cat?
America, man. I got freedom of speech to say how much you suck balls.
Hey, you're just holding a grudge because he fucked you last year.
I'm seriously waiting for my neighbors to come, bang on the door, what are you fucking yelling about? Sorry, buddy. Fantasy time. What are you going to do? All right, we are up to tier 4. That's what you missed, Rob.
Oh, okay.
Just a couple tiers. So tier 4 consists of 5 gentlemen. Amari's Cooper, Brandon Cooks, Sammy Watkins, Ty, and the not ranked by Houlihan, Demarius Thomas. I got to start with that. Sean, tell me why you gave Demarius no love. No
The man
love
who's
at all.
throwing the ball is the love that I gave him. I gave him no love because last time he didn't have a quarterback, it was Tebow, and the man produced as much as he's going to produce this year. It's not going to be a top 10. He's going to be happy to be in the top 20 because they don't know what they're doing. They're going to say that they're going to throw the football, and when they throw it, they're going to probably throw to Emmanuel. We haven't seen much from training camp between who he's going to throw to because he's probably butt fumbled a whole bunch already in training camp. So I don't know what they're going to do. They're going to look for the future because Chez is not your quarterback of the future.
I cannot believe that you don't have faith in Dirty Sanchez. Chris, do you have faith in Demarius?
I'm not a big buttholer.
I got faith in Demarius, just not Sanchez. But I mean, Demarius will go up and get the balls. It's DT. I mean, that's all you need to know. He's been a powerhouse many years out of the past 6 years, where he's been in that top 5, top 6, 7. You can't pass on him as a number 2 wide receiver. I mean, there's just no way you can pass on him in an offense that has produced and the way he's produced it. I mean, all Sanchez has to do is throw it up in the air. Yeah, he's got the butt fumble, but I mean, come on, it's DT for God's sakes.
I don't know how you can put Golden Tate above Demarius Thomas. I don't. I can't do that. Yeah, it's crap. It's BS.
I didn't. Did I rank Golden Tate? I didn't.
Yeah, he was. I believe he was your 20.
No, that was me. He was 19.
Oh, that was you?
No, he wasn't on my board.
Why is Schraub back?
Golden
Why
Tate's
did
not a number 1 receiver.
somebody go cut Schraub's breaker?
It'll break here in a second. Don't worry.
All right,
Yeah.
Shropshire, before your power goes out, real quick, tell us who you would take first. Would you take Sammy Watkins or Demarius Thomas?
Ooh. Watkins. I think I'd take Watkins.
Watkins.
Yeah, I think
You're
I'd take
correct.
Watkins.
You are correct. Move up 3 spaces.
Oh, thank God.
Chris, would you take Demarius Thomas before or after Brandon Cooks?
I would actually take him after.
That is also correct. You may move up 3 spaces. Sean, would you take Amari Cooper or Sammy Watkins first?
God. Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper is correct. You can move up 3 spots. You're all even now. Congratulations. Nobody failed. The only wrong answer was T.Y. Hilton. And here's why. Now, I've heard a lot of people talking about the benevolence of Dante Moncrief and how he's going to be the next coming of the greatest. He's going to be the new Marvin Harrison in Indianapolis, and that's horseshit. Marvin Harrison is a fucking legend, and nobody's going to replace him, especially some second-rate hack. T.Y. is the second-best receiver on his team, and the first best is probably Andrew Luck. I don't like him. I don't like anything to do with the Colts. I don't like Luck. I don't like Gore. I don't like T.Y. I don't like Moncrief. I don't like Adam Vinatieri. I don't like Johnny Unitas. I don't care who they got.
What about Dwayne Allen? You don't like Dwayne Allen?
What?
Okay.
You don't like Dwayne Allen?
No.
No, okay.
Bob Sanders?
Let's put this in perspective.
Sure.
A year ago, Luck fucked you. Last year, T.Y., you had him, he fucked you.
No, last year every receiver I had fucked me.
Well, I mean, Amari Cooper is fucked for this year because you had him last year. It's a proven theory that any wide receiver that you take the next year tanks.
That's
so
true.
stay the fuck away from him.
I don't have
Period.
Amari on my draft board.
Yeah, well, that's because he's going to suck.
Yeah, but I'm going to have Antonio this year. I don't have to worry about it.
Stone Yoda just sucks the life out of any
Yeah. 4 straight trips to the championship. 4. So
It's a heavy price to pay.
So I manage.
It's a heavy price to pay.
It's a fucking burden. It's horrible watching wide receivers tank every goddamn season.
Season
Okay, I
2 and 3.
had Des Bryant sucking shit to bed, right? Keenan Allen do the same thing. I had Forte and Le'Veon both go down in 10 minutes of each other, and I still made the goddamn championship. Come on, guys.
All hail.
That's right. All hail.
All
champ.
hail. Ugh.
So basically, if you're getting one of these guys, you're getting your number 2 receiver, and none of these guys are going to be a horrible number 2. You can do all right with any of them. I think Demaryius Thomas, he's going to have a fall off because it's not Peyton.
Sure.
I think Amari has the best chance of being a top 10 out of this group, just based on opportunities and talent. Watkins may be right there, depending on how well Tyrod steps up. Cooks should be getting the lion's share of Breeze's action, and it just doesn't seem like those numbers are there for me.
They're going to be throwing it, man. They're going to be throwing the ball all over the place like they always
That's the problem.
do. But
Breeze
it's
throws
free.
to 19 guys in a game.
Yeah, but
Half the guys and
Yeah,
2
you
guys
hit the water
on the
boy for a
line
touchdown
catch a
every
ball.
year.
they've got 3 receivers, and Brandon Cooks is the number 1 most quality receiver there. He's going to get the lion's share, and he's going to get it in volume.
I just don't like it. I just
Okay.
don't.
Well, don't draft him.
I'm not gonna.
When
I
you
don't
hit the
need it.
points, he's gonna hit the water boy in the end zone for a touchdown. All right.
He's gonna end up on J-Rod's team. That's exactly where he's gonna go. He's gonna go to J-Rod, or he's gonna go to Joey, and they're gonna be worthless. And then they're gonna be like, "Why did I draft Brandon Cooks?" And I was like, "I told you on the podcast that he was a worthless piece of shit, but you didn't listen, did you?" No. So, this is why I'm doing this, so I can tell everybody later they're fucking wrong. Lies. Do you think anybody in this deserves to be in tier 3?
Any of these guys move up a tier?
Yeah.
The only
I think
one
Watkins could move up once you start seeing him in preseason.
All right.
Yeah, I think Watkins could probably move up.
Who out of this tier will get hurt first?
Sammy.
Yeah, the same.
No, that's the problem with Sam.
That's because he was hurt last year.
And none of these other
He's
guys
hurt
have
every
it.
year.
I mean, Ty. All right, Ty's a little injury prone. He's
Yeah.
not the most healthy.
I mean, Cooks is or Cooper, Amari Cooper and Cooks. They're two. They were rookies last year, so it's hard to really gauge where their physical, stamina is going to be. DT, he plays through injury, so yeah. Sammy Watkins number 1, T.Y. Hilton number 2 on the injury list.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that.
Yeah.
All right, this takes us to tier finale. Tier 5 is our final tier of the evening. Let me pop this little bad boy up and lose my camera one more time. All right, here we go. Our last tier, it features Mr. Jarvis Landry, Randall's Cobb from the Dirty Scumbag Packers. Kelvin Benjamin came in at number 20 on our consensus. And then we got 3 clowns that didn't quite make the top 20. Julian Edelman, Doug Baldwin, and Jeremy Macklin, spelled with an O because I'm an asshole. I hate the Chiefs. No. Obviously a typo. It's Jeremy Macklin.
Jeremy McLone.
Now, I'm gonna take the field here for a second and say that out of the 4 of us, only one of us showed any love at all to our hometown boy, Kelvin Benjamin.
It's a crying shame, and I feel guilty, and I literally completely overlooked him. He should be up there by far. My bad.
Strop, you didn't rank him at all either.
I didn't, and actually, I will plead that I overlooked him. I would probably put him on there before Macklin. I had Macklin at 20. I think move him up to 18 and bump down Baldwin and Tate, and I think that's a better 20.
All right, Sean, no love for Kelvin?
Is he watching TV?
Thanks, Taco.
Sean is pleading the fifth.
Hi, Sean. You still with us?
Yeah,
Hi,
I'm here.
Sean.
I was getting you in and out for a second.
Oh, were you?
Not a fan of Kelvin. Never has
Why?
been. I think Funches gets more catches this year.
Wait, Sean, are you saying that he's going to get more catches than Kelvin, or he's going to get more catches than he did last year?
Yeah, he's gonna get more. He's gonna get more catches than Kelvin. Watch it. Watch when Kelvin goes down in week 3, and all of a sudden you're like, oh crap, what's gonna happen? The leading receiver on the team is gonna be Olsen.
Well, yeah,
That's a given.
I have no doubt that Greg Olsen will have the most catches by any receiver on the team. That's kind of a gimme.
Another bold prediction by Sean.
That's bold.
That is bold, sir. Bold.
I think
really
Benjamin will have a better. I think Kelvin Benjamin deserves to be in Tier 4.
I think
to
so.
be honest with you, I think he'll be better than anybody on this list here at Landry, Cobb, Edelman, Baldwin, Macklin. I think you guys are all missing out. You at least, Chris and Shropshire said, he does deserve to be there. Sean's delusional and thinking that Funchess, who couldn't beat out fucking Ted Ginn Jr. last year, is going to beat out the 6'4" monster that is Kelvin Benjamin. I love Kelvin this year. You can call him a target if you want. Chris, you want to hold up draft target? I haven't talked about him all season. I'm telling you now, if he's around me at like 6th round, Kelvin Benjamin's a fucking Stone Yoda, and you guys could just suck it all season.
But he's not going to be because after we had that discussion and I saw that Kelvin Benjamin was left off this list, I went and looked, and his ADP is the end of the 3rd, top of the 4th.
Yeah,
so,
he's right in there.
How in the world did I miss that? It's absolutely just disgraceful.
It's a disgrace.
It's disgraceful. It's disgraceful.
And that's why you win the Sacco twice.
But I made the playoffs last year. Amen. Praise Jesus.
Hey, everybody's got to make the playoffs once in a while. Except
every blind nut funds a squirrel. I know.
Except Moose Knuckle.
Yeah.
He's an avocado.
Shropshire.
Yes, sir.
Who would you draft first, Julian Edelman or Randall Cobb?
Can I go with neither?
No.
Well, shit.
I'll give you a reason for a neither. I'll give you one valid reason for a neither.
Okay.
Because there is no way in hell you should touch anyone from the New England Patriots.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah, I don't want...
Belichick hates your fantasy team, and he's going to make sure of it every goddamn season. Julian Edelman could be the second coming of Christ. I'm not drafting a guy on New England.
Did he have an injury today at practice as well?
Yeah, he got a little injury.
If somebody farts near him, he gets a fucking concussion. I mean, it's stupid. The dude gets hurt if somebody breathes on him. It's ridiculous.
Well, you know what they say? He's a 5'6" gym rat over the middle. And, that's what you call scrappy white guys, because he's scrappy,
Ugh. I'd rather have a Tampa Bay Buccaneer than him.
Right. Ugh. Mike Evans all day. Sean, you're going crazy.
Vincent Jackson over his ass.
Julian Edelman?
What's that?
Do you like Julian Edelman?
Sorry, I didn't get that. You froze.
I froze?
Almost made the whole show.
The whole show froze. Maybe that would be your shitty equipment. The rest of us seem to be doing okay.
Oh, I heard you that time.
Oh, good. You can hear it when I insult you, but not when I ask you a question.
I was great until Shropshire came back.
All right. Why do you love Julian Edelman?
Yeah, it's not right. I like Edelman.
Of course he does.
Tell me why. All right, move on. God damn it.
Next.
Chris, do I need to draft Jarvis Landry?
Huh?
Do I need to draft Jarvis Landry?
Yeah, he'd be a good flex play for you.
A good flex. I'm gonna have 5 receivers by the time this guy comes off the board.
Look, I mean, the guy, he's got potential. I had him last year. He did fairly well. He's got the punt return bonus. So if your league's got that whole, you get the not the yards, but at least the touchdowns. He has that little bonus going on.
We finally found a job for Sean.
I know, right? The monkey.
Yeah.
Parker may suck a little bit from him this year, but I think, he's a solid play for that flex or for that fill-in on your bye weeks.
All right. I accept that. How do you feel about Doug Baldwin, Shropshire?
I like Baldwin. I like the opportunity that he's
Great.
going to have.
He's great. He's great.
No.
I like
He's not great. He's not great. I mean, if you're looking at it down the line, I mean, he'd be a perfect wide receiver 3 if you're playing in a 3 wide out set. Hopefully, you guys are playing like we are with 2 wide outs, 2 running backs, and a flex. At that point, I don't really know if I'd consider him where he's going in ADP.
All right. Sean, can you hear me? Yeah, it was worth a shot. All right,
It
so
wouldn't be a podcast if we didn't lose Sean and Schropp at some point.
it's, like I said, we're a work in progress. But you know what? We're having fun this week, so that's better than last week. All right, so I got one final question for everybody as we're done with these rankings a little bit. That's our top 20. We'll cover more of them on tight ends and kicker week because we're not going to have anything else to cover. Because that shit will take 5 seconds. So my question is, let's go with the deep sleeper pick. Sean, Sean, can you give me a deep wide receiver sleeper?
Deep wide receiver sleeper. I got him. It's Kevin White.
All right, go.
Kevin White.
Kevin White.
Kevin
All
White.
right, well, that's easy
Kevin
for
White.
you.
6'3". He calls Jay Cutler the hot girl who doesn't ever go out. She doesn't go out to parties and she doesn't put on makeups. I don't know what that means, but hopefully it means he's going to catch balls and score points. Maybe be the
God, Cutler's even worse at metaphors than he is at passing.
I think it's horrible. Strong cider for one. Yeah, all right, he looks good. Shropshire, give me a deep wide receiver sleeper.
I actually have 2.
All right, hit me with 2 then. Show off.
Shepard from the Giants and Lockett from the Seahawks.
Shepard's not a sleeper. Everybody's talking about him.
Hey, give him some credit. He's new at this.
Yeah, thank you.
I like the Lockett call. I think Lockett could have a good year. I don't think he's going to break the fucking bank on fantasy points. I think you'd be lucky to get 120 out of the season on him. But I think if you play Lockett in the right game, you might get 15, 20 points. Maybe twice. And for a sleeper, that's kind of what you want. A couple of good weeks. Shepard, I don't know that I'm going to put him in a sleeper category. He's pretty much the first rookie wide receiver going off the board. It seems like in most of the mocks I've looked at.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say you had 1 sleeper and 1 late round draft pick.
I like it.
Chris, hit me with your sleeper.
Michael Thomas, New Orleans.
Michael Thomas of New Orleans. Here's a guy you've never fucking heard of.
That's right.
That's what a sleeper is, baby.
That's right.
Tell me about Michael Thomas, is it?
Yes.
Nice.
Shut the fuck up. What are you laughing
Like never
about?
heard of him.
That's good.
Yeah, like you've never heard of him. Exactly.
Never.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. No,
You'll develop
there's
a
a
lot
lot.
into his
There's a
game,
lot
so-
of. There's a lot of buzz coming out of New Orleans about this kid. He's making Beckham-esque catches, and
That's David Beckham.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He's the guy who can't play with his hands.
Yeah. No, this kid apparently is making some really circus catches, and there's a lot of buzz. Drew Brees is giving him a lot of props, and he's going to be my sleeper for this year for
All
wide
right,
receiver.
I'm going to give you mine, even though it goes against everything I believe in, to tell you guys actual, real information. My choice for the sleeper
It's
this
bullshit.
season
He's lying to us.
is Kamar Aiken.
Ooh, that's a good sleeper.
Kamar Aiken, Baltimore Ravens. They picked up Mike Wallace in the offseason, but as a Viking fan, I can tell you Mike Wallace is a hunk of shit.
Yep.
And so he's not. That pickup doesn't really help them. Aiken came on like gangbusters in the final couple games of the season last year. He was looking like the big target, and that was without Mr. Flacco.
Yep.
So I think with Joe, at least at home, Aiken's great play because Flacco at home he's pretty phenomenal. On the road he sucks, but at home you can't beat him. So I think if you're going to spend like a 13th, 14th round pick and you're going to get Kamar Aiken, I think you're going to walk out of there with a guy that you can flex on a home game if you have to, if you have an injury. So there you go.
Hey, Tony, I've got a super sleeper for those bigger leagues, your 14-team drafts.
Moritz Bowringer.
No.
Number 81 for the Minnesota Vikings, the White Randy Moss.
A former Gamecock, Bruce Ellington.
Oh, see, now what you're doing now is you're talking about guys that I've had checkmarked on my list who were going to be late round picks for me, and now you're fucking throwing that shit out. Why are you telling these clowns about Bruce Ellington?
Because Bruce Ellington in a Chip Kelly offense is going to possibly kill it this year.
I fucking know. Why'd you tell them?
Hey, you know, I had to put it out there for all my peeps.
Damn.
See what? Stop it. What happened was
Is that his underwear?
my Kamar Aiken was so good.
The fuck? It's a hat.
It matches the shirt and the jacket.
I got you, bro. I got you.
Bro, I'm styling and profiling. All right, I can't help it.
All right, ladies and gents, that was a much more fun ranking show than we've had in the past. So kudos to us. At least I had a good time. I hope everybody else did.
So did I.
Even with a few technical difficulties, Sean, get the fucking laptop working, for Christ's sake.
Hey, Shropshire.
Yes, sir.
The player cards have more time on air than you do.
That's fair.
Just so you know.
You are in last place for total airtime. And that's 3 weeks, 2 dropouts. But at least you came back this week and finished strong. So, yeah, finish strong. Oh, finish strong.
Thank you.
Sean doesn't even know what he's clapping about. He's like, what? Oh, clap, okay. All right, boys. Next week is the tight end show. That shouldn't take long.
20 minutes, 15.
We're going to do the same thing. We're going to run tiers, and I can tell you that tier 1 is a standalone one-man tier.
Yeah.
And then it's a bunch of shit sippers the rest of the way down. But I think tight end is where all the value is in this draft. And you can pick up a good tight end in the late round, and we're going to tell you which ones to target next week. So until next week, love many, trust few, and do your harm to no one. Have a good night.
Peace.
Night.